Alright, what's up friends? Welcome back to another episode, fall 2024 episode 5. So I'm going to keep this intro quick because I am losing sunlight out here. So I am currently at a state park, or a state forest, kind of outside of town a little bit. But there's a nice stretch of road here with a lot of tree coverage and a barn down here that I've been looking at, trying to get a few shots at for quite some time. So I'm gonna kind of trek down this road, get some video for you guys. But it's October 10th right now. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. So I just got done with work and headed out here. But yeah, I'm losing sunlight right now. So I'm gonna get going and hopefully we can get some good shots down here by the barn. So yeah, it's about 3:30 right now. Just headed up the road here. This looks gorgeous. But I am losing sun quick. I'm gonna stop here and take a picture of this. So this whole area is in a coulee. The sun is behind us. So I'm just trying to beat the sun right now as it sets over these trees, but we're coming up on the shot here. So you guys can see the barn down here. I do have the zoom lens with me. Just go up to this spot, try and get a shot in here. With this maple kind of turn there. There's also that windmill. Yep, right here. I'm gonna take the shot. Alright guys, so I'm losing light here, but I want to get some video just so you guys can see the shots I'm getting. So I'm kind of lining it up here with this yellow maple. Just looks gorgeous. Getting a lot of shots kind of right here as this sunlight is kind of fading. So really nice scene here. The windmill. Also kind of got some shots in here more. And then also right in here, vertical shot. Focusing on the windmill and the yellow leaves, but I'm losing light here quick, so I'm gonna keep working. But just so you guys can get a visual here before the light completely goes. Also took some back here. Perfect conditions right now. Okay, friends, I'm about to head out from this angle here. I got all the shots I wanted with the 22mm. But yeah, this sun is kind of pretty much fading off this tree here, so I want to get some more angles. But I got a nice shot of the kind of windmill. Again, through here, kind of vertical. But yeah, this is just a gorgeous scene. Absolutely love it. I did take some just shots of the road here, kind of winding through. But before I keep losing light, I did bust on the zoom lens so I can take some shots here of the barn. You can actually see some horses over there. Yeah, I got the zoom lens on now. It's just a beautiful spot, dude. Gorgeous. But I'm gonna focus in on this barn here with the zoom lens. Luckily I got good light. And we'll see what we can work with. So pop that on. Don't usually do that in the field, but this spot it's worth it out here. So last look of the road. So I think this is going to be one of the better angles that I get of this barn here. I'm up this little access road, so I kind of got some elevation. Looking down, you can really kind of get a feel for the trees in the background there, since I'm up a little bit higher. Bird's going crazy over there. So I think that'll be a pretty good shot. But I do want to see if I can mix in some like leaves kind of in the foreground somehow. I'm gonna keep looking around, but got some really good ones so far. Do have the two horses still over there. So I caught that those shots down there just in time. That's where we were before, kind of down the road. But that tree there just lost the light that we were using, kind of to show those yellows. But it's all gone now. That light just faded. So. But I think that's pretty much it for the shots that I really wanted here, guys. I mean, I really just wanted to get that zoomed in barn shot, kind of with the trees turning in colors in the background, and then the shots down on the road there, kind of looking at the windmill. And I do want to be respectful of these people's property, so. But I was really looking at those kind of main two or three shots, and I think that I got them. So yeah, I didn't really see much down here for like better angles for zoomed in. I just found this stuff to be kind of in the way. Didn't really add much. So as far as the plan goes for right now, I'm just gonna walk up this road here. It's still getting some good light on it, and as you guys can see, the trees here are looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk up this road, maybe get a few shots in here, and then on the way out, if I see anything else, we'll stop as well. And yeah, I can kind of go over this spot more in depth in the truck. But yeah, this road alone just looks kind of cool here. And there might be some shots maybe through the woods or the barn, who knows. So I'm just gonna keep looking around a bit. Kind of zoom by this on the walk up here, but this is kind of a nice shot. It's with the rolling kind of hills there in the background. So it'll look kind of cool. I'm not gonna, this is like not a zoom lens shot. I'm not gonna change out my lens for this again, but it just looks nice. Alright guys, just walking back up to the truck now. That is pretty much going to be it for this little photo shoot up this road here. So yeah, we can talk about it in the car more. I can discuss it more, but I was really just aiming for those few shots, and I think we got them pretty good. So yeah, turned out well. Alrighty, back in the truck now, guys. I know that was kind of short and sweet, but yeah, I really did not have time to explain when I first got here. Just really trying to beat the setting sun right now. So it's 4:30, so that was just only an hour of just catching some pictures down the road here. And yeah, so a little backstory. So I have been saving this spot to come shoot at for probably a month. I've been looking at coming here. I was looking at coming here basically peak fall season, which is essentially now. It's October 10th, rolling into the second week of October. So it's essentially peak fall. It's not perfectly peaked right now. We're still a little bit early, but this spot, I did not want to, I would rather be early for peak fall at a location than late, right? So I was really just kind of planning on coming here either the second or third week of fall. And so this, basically, I came here last weekend and it wasn't ready yet. Everything was still pretty lush, not lush green, but yellow green, right? It was pretty early still. So that was last weekend. So I was like, all right, let's just come here this weekend. Problem is, so it's Thursday now. This whole weekend coming up, it's Thursday, October 10th. This whole weekend coming up, it's predicted to be cloudy and windy for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I was like, I gotta go Thursday today. This is gonna be essentially probably our last full sunny day for a little bit of time here. There's no clouds in the sky at all. So Thursday after work today, I was just like, let's go. Got out here, yeah, like 3:30, and you guys saw there, I basically beat the sun by like, I got here perfect timing, essentially. 30 minutes after I was shooting at the main spot with the windmill there in the background, and then that farm, that red farm building kind of way in the background there. That silver maple with all the kind of yellow leaves, that was losing that light super quickly. So within a half hour of getting done there, that light was just completely off of that maple. And I really wanted to get out here when there was enough color on the trees, specifically that silver maple, that yellow, and then also on the trees kind of in the coulee here for that background color, for that barn shot. So it did take quite a bit of planning, actually, just for those kind of 2 or 3. I mean, those shots are awesome. I already know they're going to be awesome. I mean, you guys saw in the video there how just beautiful that scenery was at that location, and I knew it was going to be good. I knew it was going to be really, really good and relatively easy to get those shots. I mean, it's just right off the road. Not really anything to it. It's kind of just finding the frame. I took my time for sure. Like, it took me an hour just to walk down the road and get those shots. I got a lot of shots. I mean, not a ton, but the ones I knew essentially what I wanted, right, when I was coming here. So it did take a bit of planning for this shoot, even though it was relatively quick, and I didn't like do a whole bunch of walking here or anything, kind of just drove up the road. But it's out here, right? This is like 20 minutes outside of town, kind of on this dirt road, back road here. So yeah, that's kind of the backstory with this spot, and why I seemed a little bit rushed in the field footage there. But as far as the plan goes for this video, I don't think I'm done yet for today. I'm going to drive back down the road in my truck here, and I believe there's going to be another shot looking out into basically the coulee, not this coulee, but along basically back towards the highway. I think there's going to be another shot there possibly, so I might, for the zoom lens. So if that is there and it looks good, I'll stop and pull over and take that shot, show it for you guys on the video. If it doesn't look great, I may do some more shooting back in town. It's 4:30 right now, so I may do some more shooting back in town, possibly. I don't know. It's going to take me a little bit to get back, and there's not a lot of daylight left. So we'll see. But I might not be done for today, so whatever is coming next, I might just cut into another field footage going into this weekend, or we'll just cut to the photo review. I don't really know yet, so we'll just cut to whatever next. So here's the shot, guys. Just in my truck right now. Well, we got beautiful countryside here. You can see way down there, there's kind of a barn. Yeah, let me get out. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab some shots of this. Got some horses over there too. But I just took a few shots with the zoom lens and the 22mm. But I don't know if they turned out. Who knows? Still looks kind of cool though. Still a pretty scene. So, but I'm gonna head back home. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the crib. And for the photo review for episode 5 there, I know it was some relatively quick field footage But yeah, I was saving that, so I was saving that spot. So I kind of explained it in the car there. But yeah, I was saving that spot, that location for quite a while, and like I kind of explained there in the truck. But yeah, it took me a bit of kind of thinking and timing for that shoot, and so just decided to kind of keep it as one episode because it was just kind of its own little thing. But really, really cool photo shoot. Had a lot of fun, kind of just getting out there, driving out into the country, kind of in peak fall. It's that kind of side of, well, I guess it's not the side of town, but it's like 20 minutes outside of town here, and that whole area, the countryside there is just really, really cool. And yeah, there's kind of, so at that spot, it's like a state forest, so there's a bunch of hiking trails and stuff. I think I may have done another video there at some point, but yeah, it's a little bit of like an unknown spot. There's never really too many people out there when I'm there, but yeah, that was just perfect conditions, perfect, I wouldn't say perfect timing, but in terms of what I can do, I'd say I got pretty close to right on the kind of peak timing there for all the fall colors. And just the fact that it was kind of that weekend there, we got just cloudy and rainy and windy and stuff. Well, not really rainy, mostly just cloudy and overcast. So that was pretty much the last chance that I was going to have to be able to get out there until like the next weekend. And at that point, with all the wind and stuff going on, I just wasn't 100% sure if there was going to be any fall color left kind of in that area. I've been kind of explaining in some of these videos, but a lot of the kind of countryside and the trees, basically out in the countryside, not in the city, they turn color earlier, and they also lose a lot of their leaves earlier. I've been kind of finding or figuring out as I've been doing photography over the years. It's just they get hit with so much sun, and then all the elements and stuff like that. I don't know why, but a lot of I think we also just have varying tree species, I guess, in town, in like the city. So it seems like always every year the color and all the leaves they seem to like stick more in like more of the city area where I'm at. So I don't know. So yeah, just kind of had to plan it out a bit more, and like I explained, I kind of did a little scope out like the week prior, just to check out the leaves and whatnot, but kind of hit it right on the head. So excited to show you guys these photos. So let's just get right into it. Hop on the screen here. I have been working my way through a lot of these photo edits, and that is kind of the reason why a lot of these videos they're a bit like spaced out in terms of the timing, and when I go out and take the field footage and when I can get in here and do the photo review. Kind of all of my photo edits I've been putting some work in, so we'll go over some of those because I do have some of these fully edited already, but we'll go over that at the end. So but yeah, well, let's see where's my beginning photo here for the shoot. That was the last one. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, like you guys saw in the video, I was pretty much just on this one main little dirt road here, this country road here. And just looking back at some of these shots, even just these kind of simple shots, I really just busted out the camera really fast for this. Didn't really take a lot of time thinking about it, but even just this kind of dirt road shot turned out really, really good. With the lighting here and the shadows that were coming through, just looking really, really good. Had good kind of focus on these as well, nice and crisp. So haven't edited one of those, but yeah, I just saw that kind of walking up right away, and I was like, man, I gotta take that shot. Kind of you can see the tree there, the leaves kind of turning crisp there. And then I would say, like, honestly, if you guys couldn't really tell, I'm sure maybe you did, but rolling up to this, I was a bit rushed. Obviously, it's
it was just pretty much just one spot, but there's a lot, as I was kind of explaining, there was just a ton of different angles and shots that I was looking for. Obviously, this windmill here, I wanted to work with this and really kind of hone in and get a really nice shot of this windmill here, and kind of including, the yellow on this tree off these leaves. I wanted to kind of get that included into these shots as well, obviously. And this was kind of the issue I was facing at this location, is that it's in a coulee, so there's bluffs on either side. So obviously you're dealing with an area that is going to be like pretty much for half of the day, half of this area is going to be in shade almost. I believe if I got out here like probably from 10 a.m. until 2 or 3 p.m., it'd probably be fully lit up. But at this point in the day, I mean, it was late afternoon. So we had a bunch of shadows kind of on the left-hand side here of all these shots. But I think it kind of adds to the photos. It would have been cool if, well, I don't even know. I mean, I think these shadows just kind of add to the interesting factor of these photos, with obviously half of this tree is getting really lit up here, the other half kind of hidden in shadows. So it just adds, that contrast to a lot of these pictures that I didn't even really plan on that. It just kind of happened that way. Obviously, as you guys saw in that field footage, I was really rushed to kind of get started and get down to the location, kind of walk down there a bit, because I knew that after a certain point I was just going to have no sunlight to work with here. So, I mean, immediately when I got down here, these are the first kind of shots that I was taking, because I knew that this sunlight was really going to start fading quickly off this tree. And this was honestly the main tree that I was looking for and looking at when I was scoping out this location the week before, because I was looking at it, and obviously it's just this huge maple that you guys can see here. And yeah, when I scoped this area out, it's like, okay, this maple is obviously going to be a focal point, because it's right here at the edge of the road, and it's right in basically the photo line, or that photo path of the windmill, and also this little farm building down here. And these landscape shots, I mean, this landscape shot here, or this kind of set of landscape shots, perfect. I mean, this was, I was looking at this, and yeah, I really didn't have to work too hard to get it, because, it's just, it has a lot going on. There's a lot that this kind of draws your eye in, with the road, the windmill, the red siding of the farmhouse, the yellow leaves, just a lot going on. A lot of features in this photograph, in this landscape photograph, that I really, really liked. And then obviously I'm always kind of looking at the framing and trying to get the kind of a natural border there, and that just fit perfectly with those kind of overhanging leaves and branches and such. So it all kind of came together, and I honestly knew, or I had this image in my mind, even just thinking about the shoot and what I wanted to, what kind of photographs I wanted to get out of it. And I was thinking about this photo before I even was taking this shot. I knew that I was going to get something like this because I had, came to the location the week before, kind of looked at stuff. So I had this in my mind, and it turned out really, really good. And I think that shadow that you see really just kind of does add to it, with the foreground just completely being swamped in shadow here. It just, it really brings out the highlights of what I was, the feature highlights of the photo with the windmill and this stuff kind of, it is relatively in the background of the photo, but the shadows kind of draws your eye in. So really cool stuff. I haven't gotten around to editing this landscape yet, but I definitely will. I have edited this. So this photo I have edited. We'll go to the selected out one. So this was the best one that I selected out of the set. Obviously, you can kind of see that windmill in the background. And you guys will see this in the final edit, but really just kind of blew this one up. Went crazy with the highlights and the set and kind of the saturation a bit. Just trying to bolden it out. And then again with those landscapes, just kind of did some zoom in shots on these horses, see what I was gonna get, but nothing really there. I probably could have got something more with these kind of donkeys and these horses on the hillside across the way there that I zoomed in on, but I was mainly just focused on getting barn shots. So, and I also flipped out the lens mid shoot, which I explained in the field footage. So not something I usually do, and I would highly recommend against doing that. With all the dust and particles and stuff that you can get, it's not something you want to do all the time. Switching lenses in the field, no, definitely not good. But the camera I use, it's been through the ringer. It's old, but it's so it's a camera that I don't necessarily care too much if some particles kind of get on that mirror there and stuff like that. I know you can't avoid it, but for a location like this, I brought both lenses, and at this point in the shoot, I knew that I wanted to get a shot like this, kind of vertical, with the tree and the windmill in the background, and then that landscape shot I showed you guys. I knew I wanted to get these photos for sure, and I wasn't going to be able to do that without the 22 millimeter. Kind of the shorter fixed lens, or the 24 millimeter, 22, I forget. But I knew that this was the problem, I also was looking at this barn, right? This was pretty far away, so I needed the zoom and I needed the 22. So yeah, I was just kind of stuck with that problem. End of the day, I just kind of said screw it and was doing the switch out in the field there, but definitely would not recommend doing that. I know a lot of people, if you have the capital to do it, they actually get like 2 camera bodies specifically so they can have one lens on one camera body and another type of lens on the other camera body, and then they kind of switch out between the two. But I don't necessarily have the capital to do that right now. Also got pretty nice zoom shot of the windmill, so another perspective for you guys. So I edited this one up a bit, did some rotation on it, so I kind of straightened out that windmill a little bit. But kind of an interesting swap of perspectives with those lenses, right? Like you can really, obviously, I'm kind of backed up on the road now here, as you can see, and not down on that corner. You can see that sunlight really fading off the tree too. You see how quick that happens. And yeah, so I actually edited this one up too. So kind of got the zoom and the 22 millimeter, kind of both perspectives for this shot, which was actually turned out awesome. And then finally, the barn shot. This was really, really cool. I won't bore you guys with going through all of the shots that I took of it, but this was the final one that I chose, I believe, to edit. So you can see me kind of going through here as I'm taking these photos. Like I'm moving around, kind of zooming in, zooming out, seeing which angle's best, yada yada. But yeah, ended up taking out this one and editing it up a bit. So this is the unedited photo. So obviously kind of crop this in a little bit, get rid of that sky at the top here kind of lingering. So did a little bit of cropping, did a little bit of messing with the curves and stuff like that, colors and whatnot. Final photo turned out really good, but you can see too, the focus on this with the zoom lens is pretty dang good. I mean, you can't really argue with that, nice and crisp in terms of the sharpness there. So really happy with those shots. And then obviously, so you guys can really see, that was too many C's, but you guys can see the color on the trees here in terms of the timing and what I was kind of working with. So I knew I was going to be able to edit. Obviously, there's still quite a bit of green on these trees, as you can see. I mean, this is still it's still early, but you see those oranges and those reds coming through, a little bit of yellow tint on these as well. There's no perfect way to time out, a perfect fall peak shot. At a certain point, you kind of just gotta, forget the timing and take the shot. You're there, you're in it. I wasn't, yeah. So at a certain point, you kind of just got to go and get the shots you want to get, and stop trying to overplan stuff. It's something I've tried to learn over the years, I guess. You can never absolutely hit perfection. That's for dang sure. But yeah, took some more of the barn, just trying to get the best angle I could. Tried to work with a little bit of foreground stuff with some shrubs and whatnot, but that didn't really turn out at all. And then just a few shots here, looking up the road with the zoom. Those didn't really turn out. This one didn't really turn out at all. Wasn't really happy with those. These didn't really turn out at all. I mean, it's a cool shot. I may edit it and post, but not exactly, amazing. But, still, you guys can see the landscape here is just beautiful. I believe that was kind of the end here. I think, yeah, so I busted out the zoom again, changed it out, as you guys can see. So this is the 22. I mean, this shot is really interesting, I think, actually, when I'm just looking at it again. If I look through these, kind of pick out the best ones, it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I think is pretty cool. And I'm always looking, for stuff to kind of go on in the foreground. This gate here, obviously, kind of creates the shot. It brings the shot together, this farm gate. And, honestly, it's not too bad now that I'm looking at it. It's not too bad. I just wish there was, I don't know. It's not amazing, but changed out the zoom lens just to see what I could work with. Kind of just, having fun at this point, seeing what's up. Got all the horses in there. That's kind of cool. Just kind of looking at those. So, but that was the shoot. Let me show you guys quick before we head out here the final edits for some of those. So we'll start with the windmill zoom. So that was the final kind of edit of that windmill shot with the zoom lens on. So you can see I did a little bit of rotation, obviously brought out those highlights a lot, tried to keep the shadows down a bit. Again, thought those shadows just added to the photos, actually. Brought in some contrast. So that was the final edit of that. The other windmill shot here with the 22 millimeter lens, fixed lens. And yeah, you guys can see the difference. Obviously, I'm cropping these in, right? I'm cropping these down quite a bit. And that obviously, it eliminates, I obviously crops a lot of the top of the tree off here. But it kind of condenses the photo, and it also, it brings out, it focuses, I guess it just focuses on what I want, to be the center of the photo, right? I don't necessarily need all the top of the tree and all that. And also, when you're looking at this as well, it makes, when it's cropped in more, it makes kind of the stuff in the photo appear a bit bigger, a bit larger. So that's kind of useful for the 22 millimeter, especially, because that is, that's kind of that's a relatively short focal length. Kind of more on the wide angle range, I guess, of things. It's not wide angle at all, but it's more towards that kind of, less of a focal length. So when you crop that down a bit, it just makes stuff pop out a little bit bigger, which is a good thing, which is what I was kind of looking for. Let's see. I don't know if you guys saw this school bus shot I took that I edited up, the final edit of this. I don't know if you guys saw this at all, but I'll show it now. So, nice school bus shot from in town. I believe that was from episode 3. Could have been the last one as well. I forget. Either 3 or 4. I forget. The barn shot, final shot. You guys can see, did a lot of work to that color of the trees. I mean, obviously, definitely a lot less green, way more yellow, and that's just post-production stuff, you know. Just working with the hues, kind of. Obviously, I don't manipulate photographs like a whole lot, but when I can do stuff like this, you know, I think that's pretty necessary. So just brought those greens into the yellow a little bit more, kind of added more of some yellow tints in this area, just to, you know, bring out those colors and highlight them a bit better. Because there was just too much green, especially on these trees down here. So that turned out pretty dang good. I think that was it that I've edited from that shoot. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Got this guy. I don't know if I've showed you guys that might be a sneak peek. I don't know if I've showed you guys those yet. I've posted the videos for those yet. So those are coming in the future. Yeah, that's it. So let's hop off the screen. Yeah, man, that was like I said, that was a special location, that spot. Really was saving that for kind of the best time that I could, I guess, in October. So really just hit that in mid-October. I was really glad to be able to get those shots because, yeah, I mean, that location was honestly racking through my head for quite a while. I was like, man, in September, I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to this location. Like, this is going to be a main spot that I'm going to go to in the fall to get some really good, you know, fall foliage shots and obviously, we had the barn there and the little farmhouse and the windmill. So those are really the types of shots I love getting. The kind of countryside, mixed in with like a little bit of agricultural stuff, like farmhouses and, you know, the windmill and all that. I just think all that stuff is super cool and really fun to kind of take photos of and whatnot, especially in that season. So, yeah, I was saving that for quite a while, but happy to come away with a lot of good shots from that shoot. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed tagging along for the ride. And, yeah, definitely more episodes to come, a lot more episodes to come. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.